I'm Leo Tan from Capcom and you're watching GameTank.
Hi, I'm Ian.
And I'm Matt, and GameTank today have been invited to a special preview event of the upcoming game Lost Planet 2. We're in a secret location.
Located somewhere between 51 and 53 Southwark Street in London.
I don't think you're allowed to say that, Ian.
Really?
We may get chucked out, yeah.
Oh.
We're surrounded by people I don't even know as well, I'm scared.
No, it's okay, because there's a free bar over there, so we'll just get drunk and network.
Let's go.
Let's go.
After we had some refreshments, we were ready to test some of the multiplayer modes and also played through a section of the campaign in co-op. Capcom had set up loads of Xboxes on a local network, so we had the chance to experience the game in multiplayer on the biggest projector screen we've ever seen.
One thing that's great about Lost Planet, and they've done it again with Lost Planet 2, is the fact that on the bumper buttons, LB and RB, you can check your corners really quickly, so your character just can very quickly turn to the left or turn to the right, so you can actually see peripheral vision. It's great for not getting caught blindsided. So you can catch him out just in case someone's about to shoot you. Oi, mate, don't do that. After we'd had a chance to play the game, we spoke to Leo Tan, the UK PR manager for Capcom.
So for anyone that hasn't played the first game, Lost Planet 2 takes place on a planet that has been it used to be frozen, which is why Lost Planet 1 was in the snow, but has gone through a climate change, and the snow started to thaw, and so you've got a lot of different geographical locations, and it's dominated by these acrid, which are, I guess, aliens that are full of thermal energy, which is the main energy source on the planet. So all these different factions of pirates, snow pirates, jungle pirates, desert pirates, they're maybe not necessarily called that, but to make it easier, they've gone to this planet to farm the thermal energy from the acrid, and so there's these different factions fighting against each other, also fighting the acrid. You go in and you experience what's going on the planet from different perspectives of the different factions of pirates. At the end, it all comes together and you find out what's really going on the planet, and along the way you've destroyed some massive aliens. So if you have played the first game, a lot of things will make sense to you straight away, and if you haven't, maybe they won't. Things like the roll, things like the quick snap turn, things like the VS suits and how they work in the action, but you don't need to have played that, and you'll pick everything up in Lost Planet 2. It basically assumes you haven't played Lost Planet 1. The biggest thing that sets Lost Planet 2 apart from other similar shooters, you might say, or sci-fi shooters for me, is the V-suits. The V-suits are mech suits that you can get inside. There's loads of different types. Some of them are just body armor, some of them can transform into jet planes, some of them are transport carriers, some of them are fused with alien technology, some of them turn invisible, some of them kind of move and behave a bit like Gundam robots with laser swords, and that's just something you don't get in anything else. Usually mech battle is that kind of slow, ponderous thing, and you're inside and you've got these huge weapons. In this, the V-suit battle is dynamic and it's exciting, and that you don't get that anywhere else. So when you do meet a G-class acrid, we call them, they're not the size of a building, they're the size of several buildings together. And unlike other games where you meet a huge thing and it seems to be like an on-rails encounter, and you kind of go through phase 1 and then you beat the boss, you go to phase 2 of the boss and you've taken off his legs or whatever it is. Our acrid are real and alive, and the way that they move around, you feel like you're fighting something that's alive. And it doesn't feel like a boss rush or a boss battle. It just feels like a huge alien that you're fighting, that maybe you want to you want to chop its arms off so it falls down so you can focus on its belly, or maybe you want to go inside it and shoot it from the inside because its internal organs are vulnerable. There's lots of different tactics.
First stage of this operation is to storm the Nevik base to the north.
Marcus and Dom appear purely as an aesthetic flourish. Customization is a big part of the game. You can customize the different parts of your body to look differently, and there are a few full costume options. Marcus and Dom are some options. There are some others as well that we're not going to announce yet. If you're a Capcom fan, you'll find things that please you. The multiplayer is a big thing. Lost Planet 1 had a really strong multiplayer following for the online battling. It still exists today. That community is still playing Lost Planet 1, so there's a huge focus on that in Lost Planet 2. That said, the campaign itself is multiplayer now as well, so the whole game is designed for 4-player co-op as you go through. So I guess 100% of our development is focused on the multiplayer, you could say, but that's a made-up statistic, obviously. But it is really important, and that's where we expect the longevity of the title to be. If the Lost Planet 1 community is anything to go by, then people will still be playing Lost Planet 2 online against each other in 2 years' time, hopefully. Well, hopefully the wider audience, when they see how beautiful the game is, when they see the drama and the intensity of the situations and the big Acrid battle, that'll be enough for them. When they see the V-suits, they'll want to just get inside that. And just the raw feeling of getting in the V-suit, the way the camera goes in, the way everything falls on top of you, that feels great, and that should hopefully be enough for a sort of a more casual audience. Once you're in and you start to understand the complexities of the game, things like the roll, the brief window of invincibility at the beginning of it, you start to appreciate the flow a little bit more, maybe you'll stay a bit longer.
Keep it real, keep it GameTank.